Evening, everyone. It's Sunday night around quarter after 8, and I just wanted to bring you all up to date. I know that I'm a little late tonight, but as I mentioned a couple of places in the letter, I had a problem with the futures charts. For some reason, the source material was not there, so I had to work around it. But it looks like everything is back in shape, and so here we go. Gold up $4.20, $4.30. We are still in this same area that we've been in now, although tonight we've made a higher high and a higher low from Friday's range. This would be the highest close right here. If we were to close right where we are right now, this would be the highest close since the break to the downside that occurred in the last week of January, where we went from over 1850 all the way back down to 1780. Uh, so we are long the gold. We're also long the silver. As a matter of fact, we're very risk on oriented right now. So silver is up about 27 cents. Now, in the silver, we're long the AGQ. In the gold, we're long the GLD. The reason that I make the distinction is because the AGQ is actually a leveraged option or a leveraged ETF on which we hold calls. So, much higher low and a much higher high. The area of problem right here is this falling 50-day moving average, and of course, this high at 2306. I think that we can pretty easily get up into this 23 and a quarter area, even if it turns us back to the downside. We could trade as high as 23 and a half before running into serious supply if we can move through there. But again, as I mentioned in the gold, a close where we're trading right now would be the highest close since the break from 24 and three quarters all the way down to 22.15 that it took, all of 6 trading days. As far as the rest of the markets, we're also, as I mentioned, since we're so risk on, we're also in Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin had a monstrous day on Friday. It's up 1220 now. If it holds above this, I wouldn't mind seeing it, trade back down into this 40,600, 40,700 area and turn back up. But I'd like to see it hold this gain from Friday. We're long BITO, which I don't really favor as a long term hold because of the structure of the fund, but it is the only one with options. And so for a short term play, I think it's just fine. Let's take a look at the rest. I know that the bonds were up 19/32. That's a little over half a point. And after the shellacking that they've taken in the last couple of days, um, we see this move on Friday, which was over 1.5 to the downside on top of a 1 point move the day before. So we have traded during the week from 156 and 17/32. So 156 and a half all the way down to 153. This 153 is a very important area. We've stopped there before. So even though we've broken the downtrend line, and even though we continue to maintain this structure of lower highs, we haven't broken yet. But if we do, you can look for this 148 area probably without very much to do. And as you can see on a weekly basis, this is really not much of a move. Of course, it's also not much of the week yet. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's just check everywhere else. Grains are up. The Corn is up 6.5. I kind of like that. Dennis likes the soybeans better. They're up 19, but they are much more volatile. That's the only reason I don't like them. My opinion on the oil is that we may be getting into a topping area. We are a little extended. I would consider using USO. I'll give you a look at that, see what it looks like here. On the weekly basis, as you can see, it is on the top end of the range, and as you can also see, if I put the Bollinger Bands on this chart, you'll see that we are through the top Bollinger Band. Now, the last time that I shorted the oil, it was because it had spent 4 weeks outside. Last week was one. If it continues like this, that would be two. Um, and really, it's very well supported at 89, and again at 88, and again at in this 85 area that we broke up from. But it is overbought, and it could turn back down, at least for a consolidation. The nat gas, which was down huge on Friday, down another 20 cents. It has traded as low as 4.29, so it's been down as much as almost 30 cents. All right, everyone. There's your update. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and cross your fingers for the gold, the silver, and the Bitcoin, all to hold on to these gains. Oh, stocks slightly lower, down 675 in the S&P, down 37.5 in the Nasdaq, the Dow down 43, and the lowly Russell down 490.